Why CM Punk and Seth Rollins hate each other? Let's watch.
CM Punk made his shocking return at WWE Survivor Series 2023, but right after he did, this happened. Seth Rollins
I didn't see the actual video, only saw a still shot, so wait.
This happened. Seth Rollins can be seen being held back and seems legitimately angry about CM Punk returning to the company. And, well, that's because if you didn't know, these two do not.
I don't know if I believe that. I feel like he's in character. I don't know.
Not like each other behind the scenes and have had a long-standing rivalry with each other. However, while we all know that these two dislike each other, it's never really been known why they dislike each other.
Yeah,
so today we're
going
to get into just that, and we're going to talk about it. Why do Seth Rollins and CM Punk hate each other? Despite both having extensive careers on the independent scene, Seth Rollins and CM Punk wouldn't work together until they were both in the WWE when Seth Rollins was signed in 2010 and then called up to the main roster as part of The Shield in 2012. And during this time in The Shield and during this time that Seth Rollins and CM Punk shared in the WWE together, they worked together a lot. In fact, Seth Rollins credits him for helping him get his start in the company, as The Shield's creation was helped by CM Punk, with Punk actually being the one to put Rollins' name forward to be a part of it. During their time in the WWE, Punk and Seth Rollins tagged together, tagged against each other, faced each other in singles competition, and were even number 1 and number 2 together in the 2014 Royal Rumble match, which would also of course end up being CM Punk's final match at the time before he departed the company initially. So what actually even happened to cause the breakdown in the relationship between the two? CM Punk was out the company, so how could it have happened? These two worked together all the time, they seemed fine when they worked together, and now he's gone. So how do they hate each other now in 2023? Well, you might remember that when CM Punk departed the WWE, he would make an infamous podcast appearance where he spoke about all his issues with the WWE, leading to him leaving the company, including the time he worked with The Shield towards the end of his career, and he had this to say in particular about Seth Rollins.
Right, but there's also I have a very strong philosophy about the business, and I don't think a guy like Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose, I don't think they do. I don't think they look at it and question things and say to management, like, well, why are we doing that?
Now, at the time this clip came out, there was no talk of any feud between the two, and nobody really batted much of an eye at this clip. And now with CM Punk out of the company, there was no way these two would interact again, right? CM Punk said he's never returning to the WWE. Well,
I could see him like being mad, like, why are you trying to make it sound like I ain't got no voice? Like I'm like I'm not gonna stand up and speak out on what I don't like and what's not right. Like, why are you trying to make it sound like that? But that's not that serious to get mad about.
CM Punk would return to the WWE in 2019.
Like, why are you trying to play me like I'm some type of...
Because you might remember that in 2019, CM Punk would become one of the hosts of WWE Backstage, a WWE talk show airing on Fox. And as part of this deal, Punk wasn't technically an employee of the WWE, but rather an employee of Fox. And as a result of Punk being on WWE Backstage, the feud between him and Seth Rollins would become public again. Seth Rollins would start tweeting at CM Punk in the wake of the news of him being on Backstage, seemingly trying to start an angle and create a match between the two, but CM Punk responded very harshly on WWE Backstage by saying the following: "I want my journalistic integrity to be intact, so this isn't the show where you come on and shoot your little angles. Seth Rollins needs to stop tweeting and realize that sometimes it's better to be viewed as the fool and shut your mouth, or open your mouth and remove all doubt." Ouch from CM Punk. Ouch. But Seth Rollins would actually reply, calling him a coward on Twitter, and then would elaborate even further in an interview responding a few weeks later by saying, "You know, it's a good bit of banter back and forth. The bottom line is, the funny thing is for me, for a guy telling me that I need to look for relevancy, here's someone who's been in the doldrums for the last few years because he got his butt kicked on the octagon so bad that he didn't want to show his face anywhere, and now he shows back up on a WWE show. It's called WWE Backstage. You can say it's an FS1 show all you want, which it is, and you might be paid by Fox, but that show doesn't exist without our company, the company that you left 5 years ago. So say whatever you want, play it however you want. That's what Punk always does. And after WWE Backstage got cancelled due to COVID and Punk went to AEW, the beef between the two would fizzle away in the public eye, and there was no interactions between the two until CM Punk got into a couple of fights backstage, fired from AEW, and then Seth Rollins was asked about Punk coming back to the WWE in a February 2023 interview where he says this.
I know you're a Midwest boy with ROH roots. We don't know what's going on with CM Punk, but you guys have had some barn burners in WWE. Would you like to see Phil Brooks back in WWE?
Oh, Philly Phil, stay away. Stay away, you cancer. Get away from me forever.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I don't like Phil. I don't like Phil. He's a jerk. Oh, did we just figure that out? Did we just figure that out? No, everybody in the room is like, oh no, dude, did he say that? Yeah, no, he's a jerk. Come on, we figured it out over there. We knew it over here. I don't want him back. Go do something else. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later.
Here's a spindrift and a muffin. Go. That was an all-out joke.
Oh, did he have he had the spindrift, didn't he?
He had the spindrift and he was eating that.
And he was the muffin. He was muffining.
He was
yeah.
eating the muffin. He was covered in blood, and he was like in my face about my
Yeah,
improv.
no. My sorry, I won't be that harsh.
Seth would also do an interview where he would follow up on these comments about Punk, and he stated, "That guy has given my career so much that it pains me to have to say bad things about him because he helped me out. He really did. He's been a good guy to me for a lot of my career, but for whatever reason, the past maybe 6 or 7 years, he's in a different headspace and we're not on the same page. To see what he's done and taken, and it's always been about him. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. There's a place for a man. He's got a lot to give. I just wish his head was in the right spot." And I'm sure Seth Rollins was probably saying this thinking that there was no chance that Punk would ever come back. But alas, we all saw what happened at Survivor Series this past weekend, and Seth Rollins would give his first thoughts on the return when he would make reference to Punk in a promo on a live event the day after Survivor Series by saying, "I'm not going to waste any more breath on somebody that's been gone for 8 years. Someone who has done nothing but try and tear this place down. Instead, I'm going to take my time and use my breath on talking about the people who've been here all along. That's everybody in the back who's made WWE the hottest ticket in town, and that's every single one of you who are here tonight." A good corporate reply from Seth Rollins. And he would also reference him in a promo on this week's Monday Night Raw where he called him a hypocrite. The feud between Punk and Rollins is definitely real, I think, behind the scenes. However, it's very clear that the WWE are playing into it, and these two are currently setting themselves up for a feud on screen. Like, there's no way Seth Rollins was actually that angry about Punk. Like, he was being held back by Michael Cole. It was clearly just in character. Though, to be fair, Michael Cole
Exactly,
is
that's what I'm feeling
ripped to
like.
shreds. Regardless, though, I'm excited for this feud. Wrestling feuds are the best when they blur the line and use real life in storyline. So CM Punk versus Seth Rollins ought to be good.
I feel like there might be some heat there, but I also feel like Seth in that moment when he was being held back was definitely maybe in character, because I feel like if he really wanted to get to him, like if he really wanted to, like, I don't know, if he really wanted to break free from that hole, he could have. Either way, if it's real or not, it's gonna make good for upcoming stories or whatever in the feud between the two of them on Raw. So I'm here for it. I don't care. Maybe sometime down the line they could make up. Down the road they can make up or whatever, but I don't know. But yeah, seeing that video, I'm not too sure if that was like 100% real. Like, I feel like there could be something there from Seth, but I don't think that was 100%. But whatever. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all in the next one. Toodles.